Hi guys, we have discussed on Python basics and concepts on the last video. In this video what we are going to start, we are continuing our variable concept on in this place. For example, if you have 1,000 line of codes in your program, so initially you will define some variable x equal to some values. After some time you want to print, so you can run that. You will get output the value of x. So the next one is, you don't want that variable, you can delete using del of x. Then you try to use that, so you will get an error because the variable x is defined, it's released from your RAM. So simply del of x is simple to release your RAM memory. That is the use of the del of x to next. Del of x is a deleting variable, and next one is redeclaration. So redeclaration example is, if you are defining the variable y equal to 20, you can print the value of y, you will get output y. Again, if you want to change the value again, so you can redeclare the variable y equal to 30. You try to print the output, you will get a value of 30. I will give you some more example of that. So for here itself I'm not going to delete, so I will remove. Okay, I will remove this, and again I'm using x equal to 20. Now I want to print this value, just I am save and run. The value is 20 because I'm redeclared my value of x after this print statement, right? So which is like, it's a easy way of using in programs with real time. So for example, now I have a x, so I want to make it y equal to x. Then print the value of y. Now what output I will get, you can see it. You are getting output of x. X value is 20, y value is also 20. So for this case you can define x and y value, both value is 20. So let me clear this. Now I want to make it little more. X equal to 5 and y equal to 6. Then print x value and y value. Try to run it. The value is 5 and 6. If you want to get 5, 6, because there is no space on this place, you want to make a comma on your output. Then what you can do, simply you can add print x comma and then y. So what we have defined here, so if you are mention anything on double quote which is taking as a string, right? So I'm just saving. You can see it 5, 6. The output what we have expected, that is we got it, right? So still there are different ways we can use this separator. So let me show that also, you can understand a little bit more. Print x comma y comma separator I am going to use with the double quotes, colon, save and then run. You can see the output is 5, 6. Using separator I did. So there is some more. If you want to make it using comma, or if you want to make it something, just save it and try to run. You can see the output is this. And one more way we can use this comma using format, we have discussed on the previous video. Let me show that also, you can understand bit more. So colon colon, okay, dot format x comma y. We have two values. I just entered and save it and then run it. So just I got output. For this you need a comma. Just type comma on this and then run it. You can see the output, right? This one, next one is 5 comma 6. So you got a expected output using different ways. So next what we can see it, data types. So usually there is a different types. There is a numbers, example like a integer, float, complex. This all is under number data types. And string, we can define a string with a double quotes. And boolean, true or false, and none data types. Let's see some more examples with that. So what I am going to do here, I just want to comment this with the 3 quotes. So save it. So right now nothing. So let me take first x equal to some string, and just I want to print the value of x. Now you will get the value is name, right? So I want to use what is the type of this data. So type of x, save it and run it. You can see this value as a string, the output as name, the class is defined as a string. Okay, and same I can use some more value. If I want to take this variable as in different name y, I can use x type as a variable. I can take it type of x, so you can print x type, save it and then you try to run. You can get only what type of data is that. In this way you can find what type of data you are getting and you can use it. So I will just make command this. Triple quotes, yeah. Next we can use some more example for a boolean and predefined words. So x equal to true and print x. See what you are getting, because it's the word true is a defined, so you can't use as a variable, but you can use as a string. now you can use the value. And some more predefined words. My data equal to none, print my data, save it and run. Because this is a none data type, so I can type of my data. So this is none data type, and my true equal to capital T true, which value is already defined. So just I want to print that as my variable my underscore tr. Just save it and run it. The value is true. So other than this words, we need to use double quotes. So this all is a free defined data, so you can get the output. Other than this variables like a true, false and none, if you want to define anything, you can use as a double quotes, then you will get output. And I can show you some boolean also, because which is more important while taking some condition statement. Y equal to true, then print y, then what type of data, which is we can type of y comma separator equal to some colon. Okay, I run it. True, the value data type is a boolean. So true, false, which start with T capital and F capital, then you can use as a data type variable. Other than that, you need to take it as a string. So most of the cases we are getting the values integers and variables, right? Integer variables are a string, but while using internally calling all the datas, we need to use as a string. So in that way, in that cases, there is some conversion it's required. So that is called type conversion. So number of strings, so we can convert number into a string, which is using a double quotes, right? Normally if you are for a, so I can say y equal to 5, same z equal to 5. I want to define, what I can do, just adding double quotes, which is taking as a string. So using the conversion, we are converting this. For example, I can take it this way, x equal to none and a print bool value of x and save it, false. See, the boolean none value is, none means nothing, right? If there is anything, which is always true. If there is nothing, which is always false. So I will take y equal to sums and like nothing. I'm not defining anything. Print y. You can see the final. Print y. Okay, print y value as 5. Let me comment this. Okay, let me print now y equal to, there is no space, again the false, and then I'm using z equal to, I'm giving space, print z. Okay, then save the value, and then run that. Okay, again the value of this, so you need to convert, right? Boolean value of this, remove, see the value is true, because now if there is any boolean conversion, if there is any space, which is the value is true, if there is nothing, then the value is false. Then print boolean of 20, so which this value is what, because if there is any value which is which is called true, so same thing if I want to type minus 20, so what you guys are thinking, you may think which is false, right? But not, if there is plus or minus both the thing, which is true, because it's most of the cases we are using in some condition statements in booleans, right, in the real-time example. So, and one more thing, if there is any words, for example I can say we are defining the variable as some words which is not possible to convert as a boolean. If there is a number, just we can change it like this. So initially you are defining the y equal to 5. If you want to convert as a string, you can add as double quotes. But if it's words, some words, for example you can say Python, in that case you are not possible to convert integer value. So there are some rules to define a variables. So the variables must be start with the letters or underscore character. Okay, we should not use other thing, we should start with this. The variable name cannot start with a number, this also is a mandatory. The variable name can only contain alphanumeric character and underscores, for like a to z and 0 to 9 and underscore. Variable names are case sensitive, like age, for this all you can use as an example. So that is a mandatory while using. So let me go use some escape statements. Let me clear this and save it. So you want to type my string equal to, this is my last line of code, and then print this value, my underscore. So you will get this is my last line. So same way, if there is a lengthy line, then you can use this also and save it and run it. So you will see this space, you can type like this and then enter, you will get the same output. The reason for this is the slash is like a continuation. So if the line which you are typing which is taking more than some line, so in that case you can use this line to make a continue of that line, so which is more helpful while you are working on some practice. And again I'm taking my string, this is Python and save it and run it. So you will get some error. The reason for this, you are using this is Python, you have defined both the places with some variables, right? So in that case you can use this character to avoid. So run it. Okay, let's see what is the error. My string equal to, okay, you have defined that variable, right? 1 and then print my string 1. So I'll define what you have done a mistake. Okay, you are using both the place double quotes, right? You can use single quotes on here and save it, run it, still you have a error, so we can remove this. So this is Python with the double quotes. So normally what you guys will do, we are using double quotes or a triple quotes, which not make a problem. For example, I can use 3 times, right? Okay, and again here it's a 3 times single quotes, the output which is not going to change. Okay, the reason for this, which is a single quotes or double quotes, which 3 times if you are typing, which is making as a comment in, and here it's taking as a string. And some more things, special characters like a slash, which we have seen the last above the line. So it's continuous the line which you are typing, like which we can make it as a second line or fourth line, the line which is taking as a one, which is considering as a one line. Slash n, we have seen that also. So if you want, this is the we can take this my string. Okay, this is my first line slash n, this is my last line of code. Okay, just I'm running this, you can see previous output, this is my last line of the code. Now you will get a 2 line, this is my first line and this is my last line of code, because slash n which is taking care of next line. So, and if you want to use some space in between, so for example, so the last line I don't have any spaces, so I'm using T, which means you can see after the lost. Okay, now you can run it. You will get a tab in between lost and line. So T is used for tab between words, which you can use, and hyphen R. So I'm using on this location hyphen R. Just run this again, you can see the output. So before typing R, what are the outputs? I got it. Okay, let me make it this as a N. So this is my line, right? So I can show on this first line hyphen R. I am using on this place. You can see it. My first line. See, my first line I am getting the output, but where is my this is? The reason for slash or is carriage return in Python 3, which will return it will cut before the slash or, which will give next after the or, which will give us as an output. There is some string operations. We can see that string operations. So my name, okay, my course, okay, let me take my name equal to Python, and just I want to print the length of my name. Just print that. We'll get what is the character which is in the my name. Okay, so next I want to add my, okay, I will take my string equal to automation. I want to make it combine with this, so my name and my string, so I want to make it a Python automation. That is what my expected output. So what I'm going to do, so I will take a title equal to my name plus my string and save it. Here I just type, okay, what is the output? Let me my string 2 as automation, and here 2, and then print value of title. Let's run this Python automation, but the problem is it's combining the words. There's a two-way I can do it. I can add space between the first variable, then run Python space automation. But the problem in this case, if it's already existing variable, in that case we should not touch on that line of code, right? So whatever we are taking, which we need to take the action on this place. So we have learned how we can define a string, double quotes, slash or a space you can define, and then give a space and then add it. Let me try this. See, now I got output without changing my previous variable, which is good, right? If you are working on some real-time examples which don't uh, making some errors on that, so that is good. So that's all about this course, this video. We can do some more on next coming sessions.